Now, what's really curious is that some of these words have more than one meaning, and all languages have dialectical differences. What you might say in one part of the country might mean something different in another part. Here's a really good example. Here in Minnesota, Wisconsin, I am hungry, nimbakade. Okay, I am hungry. I am hungry, nimbakade. So I go to Canada and I tell them nimbakade. They all laugh at me. And I wonder why that is. I'm hungry, nimbakade. Apparently, nimbakade in Canada means I am skinny. And they all laugh at me. They say, no, you're not. You're lying. So you got to be careful what you say over there. And then another one, a harmless greeting. Anin Asia Ayayan. Anin Asia Ayayan. How are you? A good conversation starter. Bonjour, Bob. Anin Asia Ayayan. How are you? So then you respond and tell me how you are. And then you can ask me how I am and all that. Well, apparently in Canada, Anin Asia Ayayan means what is wrong with you? Seriously, that's what that means. What is wrong with you? My twin brother Dennis took his students up to Canada and they met his ex-mother-in-law, who was a very good speaker. And she came walking out of the door, and one of his students tried to impress her. He says, Bonjour, Anin Asia Ayayan. She looked offended, and she turned around and walked back inside. And he was embarrassed. What did I just say? I thought I asked her, how is she? No, you asked her, what is wrong with you? So dialectically, I don't know how that changed, over the places. Anin Asia Ayayan is okay in Minnesota, Wisconsin. You're safe that way. Go to Canada. Anin eni manji oyen. How are you feeling? Anin eni manji oyen. How are you feeling? Anin eni manji oyen. I am hungry in Canada. Ninnon deskate. Ninnon deskate. So what's curious is that some words here in Minnesota I've never heard of, but I know what they mean. And that's pretty curious. So my twin brother Dennis, who's been teaching, who's now retired, he says, if you're going to be teaching somewhere, you should observe the local dialect. Try to speak the way they do. And so I worked really hard in trying to speak with the Minnesota dialect, to the point where I go home in Canada and I speak Ojibwe. Holy, you ever sound Minnesota. And I say, well, thank you. I've been working at it. I've been working at trying to make the sound that way so that you can be more consistent. When I was talking about words that I was unfamiliar with, but I knew what they were, here's an example. This is minikwajigan. Minikwe is the word for drinking. Jigan just makes it into a noun, so that the item that you use to drink with. I didn't know that's their word for cup. Ours is onagans in Canada. But the moment I heard it, I knew what it was. Minikwajigan. Oh, is that what you guys call cup? Because we say onagans, the little dish. So when you hear words like that way, I hear a lot of words from the elders locally that they say the words I've never heard before, but I know what they're talking about. I know exactly what they're talking about because the Ojibwe language is consisting of verbs